Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition solo runs. Last time we carried on around the beginning area, killing several of the potential companions that we could have had join our party if it weren't for our working alone. And now we have made it up to the chapel entrance and have to make a decision about whether we're going to engage in combat with this party of 4. Now, we do have disadvantage on all our stealth rolls because of the type of armor we are wearing. And I'm currently pondering whether we're going to try and drop this foundation block on these two here to give ourselves a better chance of surviving the fight ahead. There is also this trapdoor entrance over to the right that we could run through if we need to break the combat encounter, because the new loading area will prevent combat from continuing on. But the very first thing I'm going to do is, our second wind is currently expended but returns to us on a short rest. We also have action surge available to us now. That only recharges on a short rest, but we have not spent it and it can only be used in combat. So even though we're at full health, I'm going to expend a short rest so that we get our second wind back, because that is a valuable bonus action to us in combat. Now, as I said, we do have disadvantage on our stealth checks, but I think taking out this foundation block will be hugely valuable to us. So we just have to decide where we're going to do that from. And what we also want to avoid is all of these twisting vines that we could get entangled in. Now, I'm hoping that our short bow will be able to hit that foundation block from a reasonable distance away. That will give us some time to retreat. It is a 100% shot. I just can't quite see how far ahead it wants us to walk before we're able to make this shot. Not awfully far. So let's do this and see how things progress. Well, that seems like a bug, perhaps. That certainly doesn't seem like how that was supposed to go. I thought this hole gave way and then you were able to enter the ruins through the gap. But it is not to be today, which is very awkward. Otherwise, how else do we best think we can solve this situation? I don't think we'll get away with sneak attacking until one of them is perished, especially because our ranged attack modifier is not great, since it's a dexterity attack rather than a strength attack, and we are really more so built for strength. The other option is we go in the back way, and then when we bust out of this door, they may get scared away and we could get the experience for the encounter that way. So I think we are going to, having failing to kill the two of them there, take the long way around. See if we can't scare them off afterwards. How far away are we to a third level? Almost the entire way. 589 XP. So let us go down through the inside. We don't have to do the big finale fights immediately. We can wait to do those, especially because we can wait till we're level 3, which will then give us our archetype that we can benefit from in those more complicated encounters. Now, I wasn't expecting this to be locked, so that's a pain, because the door downstairs that Shadowheart was banging on was also locked, and we currently have 2 thieves' tools, so we'll give this one go. Alright, that's not going to go well for us. So I guess they're going to force our hand. I'm really glad I didn't try and run down here to avoid an ongoing combat. That would have been terrible. So we have to come up with a new plan of attack for Lurch. I'm just mad these two didn't go down. We haven't found any extra supplies that are going to make this easier. We do have one basic poison that we can put on our arrows or sword. We have these void bulbs. And of course our action surge now. I'm just going to put these two over there like that. I think combat is going to end very badly, very quickly. Appreciably, they're not red on the minimap yet, which indicates that they might well be non-hostile. But I think what we might want to do instead is start up high here and see if we can't eliminate this person, because then we have not only the high ground, but also possibly one fewer combatants to worry about. I don't think we're going to be able to jump up this, are we? Even with our very high strength. Oh, we are. Last campaign, I had basically nobody with any semblance of strength, so it's nice to have that extra flexibility of longer jumps and higher distances that we can travel. So, Warren. Now, I hear that shove is kind of broken at the moment. Because if you have a certain strength score, I think it's kind of guaranteed to work. This is not the screen I want. So with our strength of 16, I'm not sure what the percentage on shoving works out at. 100% seems unfair. Now, we have to make a decision about whether we're going to try and never shove or just attack regularly. I guess we're going to see about a main hand attack and see how this goes. Probably terribly. Alright. They are all surprised, which is excellent. We did not do too much damage, which I guess is to be expected given we are wielding this weapon with one hand rather than two. I'm going to be liberal with poison use. That one whole extra damage. We could action surge immediately, but I'm going to wait until we have a more important set of foes to worry about. So let's see how this develops. The surprise has passed. The mage has cast mage armor, which is to be expected. And it is back to us. Right, that is one down. Now we need to get some distance between us and the wizard, so that we can kind of funnel these guys into not attacking us all at once. Interestingly, they're not moving. I don't know if that's a side effect of the pillar we tried to crush them with previously. Let's see if they're in range of our bow here. They are, and then we can get back into cover. Right, if we can deal with this wizard, we might have a good time of this. We do have spells like Magic Missile to be concerned with. The old favourite. But if we can just kind of maintain a lack of line of sight between us and them on their turns, we might be able to get our action surge in against the wizard when they come closer to us. Alright, they did not get in range, so chance for us to attack twice. First with our main weapon attack. And then we action surge. And that grants us an entire second action, which we will main hand attack again. That is excellent. We have a tiny bit of movement. Not really enough to get behind that wall, but that's fine. And then these two, because we dropped that giant block on them, seem to not be moving. We should just be able to archery our way into a success through this fight. Which is just about as well as I could hope for, really. Keep away line of sights from them on their turns. Oh no. This was unexpected. My expectations of broken systems are entirely wrong. Fortunately, we can hit both of these guys with one of these, I think, because they're both marked in red when I do that. Oh, we hit ourselves. Wonderful. Alright, let's make some tracks. That's their bleeding doing good work for us. Right, 7 hit points left. And a critical miss. We are missing 6 hit points. So rather than doing this, which is 1d10 plus 2, I'm going to do 2d4 plus 2. 4 whole hit points. Alright, they didn't attack for a second turn, which is fine by me. Wow, those dice rolls are rough. Alright, we're down 7 hit points now, so we will second wind. And now we just have to hope we can hit them before they can hit us a bunch. 4 is not terrible. So many critical misses everywhere. Right, if we can get this down to a 1v1 situation, I'll be much happier about it. Excellent. I don't think we're going to die to 1 hit on 16 HP. Famous last words. And they have 12 left. And hopefully we can say that... Nope, not quite. Come on, we can do this. That went way better than could possibly be expected. So let's take all this extra loot. Find the others that we killed. Take their loot as well. Scrolls that we can't cast yet, but may be able to pick up some spellcasting ability later. I think that was another short bow, so it's not the long bow that we want yet. Let's sort this all by type. Yeah, heaps of short bows. We can add this to wears all kinds of armor, but nothing that is better than our Githyanki half plate at the moment. Lots of long swords, rapiers, but another set of thieves' tools is nice. Or trap disarming tools, perhaps it was. We also have lots of arrows that we'll pick up that we can use, like this arrow of acid, since we are proficient with a bow. Is that the Harper's Locket? It's not. Let's add that to wares as well. And then see what other supplies there are here for us to pick up before we try and enter down below. This makes me nervous, like we're going to fall through now that we've kind of half damaged it. But so far so good. Thieves' tools and extra supplies are very welcome. I'm going to leave the rum. That's too much effort for me to pick up and sort every time. Nice little nap. And we have another locked door. which is going to really become an issue if... I guess we can break it down. No, doesn't have a hit point count. With this thing not being cracked through, if we can't get a path into this temple with our lockpicking tools, we could have issues trying to get in its entirety. Does this door down below have a hit point counter? Can't tell from up here. And we definitely haven't picked up a key, I don't think. One presumes that's why they were out here rather than inside. Because they don't have a key either.
Thank you, Gimblebock. Everything all right out there?
What just happened? I'm not sure what just happened, but sure. I killed your friends, I'm here for you. Yes, it's me, let me in. Gimblebock triggered some trap, he needs help now. Okay, so we've just knocked on the door effectively, I guess. He triggered some help. He triggered a trap, he needs some help. Oh dear. I'm going to spend my inspiration just because I'm worried that we'll never get into this temple otherwise, and we do want to do all the questing inside. But the dice won't have it.
Yeah? And who are you? Probably your trap that did him in. Come through that door and you're getting a knife in the guts.
Alright, well we have a lockpick, so we'll give this a go. Hey, we got one. Right, before we go through that door, let's short rest again. We get some healing back, as well as our second wind and action surge. And hopefully there won't be too many combatants on the other side of this door.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Interesting. And there's a party of 5 up there, which seems terrible. Well, last time I've ever done this encounter, I've never had that conversation before. And there's a person just stood here that you can then proceed to attack very quickly on their own, whilst the other 4 of this party are further down. So we're going to need to find some way of dealing with a party of 5. They are currently bunched together, but we don't really have the resources to do too much extra about that. We could throw a caustic bulb in there. But first, if we can get down safely. And pull this. That gives us a little bit of defense against them. We can see what else is in this space, so I'll do a quick round of looting. So it was mostly just food and water we got there. A couple of carafes of water, some stuff to sell, and a bunch of cheese and sausage, which will be good for a long rest later. So with that, I think it is time to end for the day, and then next time we'll see what we can do about this situation. Do we currently have any grease? Because trying to set that lot on fire would be a great resolution, but we currently do not. Astarion threw all of his at us when we encountered him, so we didn't have anything to loot from his corpse. And as such, we are without grease or spellcasting or 3rd level skills. So on a 5v1, I don't know that I fancy our chances, but we'll see what we can come up with next time. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please consider subscribing or pressing that like button. And if you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below and I will endeavour to answer them. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.